Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Who's Joe YouTube Edition. And I've been wanting to do an episode of this show where I actually got all the way to the top of Tower of Hell in Roblox, and this is gonna be that episode. See, the issue is, in order to do that and not have a 2 hour long episode, which I know nobody would want to watch, I had to basically film every time I played. And here's the funny thing, which isn't funny at all, is I had filmed for 2 hours and finally gotten to the top of the tower, went to edit the footage, and found out that the entire 2 hours had been this scene right here where it was just my face. So there was 2 hours of video of just me staring at my computer screen and occasionally drinking. And I know nobody wants to watch that. But I went back, did another video with gameplay footage, and made it to the top for a second time in the same night. So I've got that footage, and since I was just recording the whole time, I wasn't talking. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to include that video with me talking over it now. So let's go and do that. So here I am making the first attempt after just realizing that I had wasted 2 hours of filming, so I don't really do all that well at the beginning, and I am fairly certain that I didn't finish it on this try. As you can see that I'm not really doing all that well. I'm doing fairly okay. But since I'm not really playing at this point and I'm just watching myself, this is probably a good example of a time that I can kind of explain how things happen. Like that obstacle right there is just an instance of where there's probably 5 motors. Yeah, 5 motors. And they set those blocks to rotate around that center part. And I really hate any one of these where you kind of like either have to jump up and around something or jump around something that's blocking your path. Much better at them than I used to be, but they still destroy me every now and then. And as you can see the frustration of me having already filmed for over 2 hours at this point. Wow. I look kind of, I look like a zombie at this point. Like the facial expressions I'm making as I try to make these jumps. I did not realize I did that. I guess this video is gonna kind of be a reaction video to myself. I'm not gonna have a death count on this one because it would be excluding the 2 hours that led into this. Let's just say that there were a lot of deaths. Throughout the first 2 hours, I was playing on my VIP server, but I have it set up where friends can join me. So even though I was basically playing the game by on my own server, I still had uh, Roblox friends joining every now and then. And that's me talking to my daughter in the background. Like I said, I had no clue how long it would take me to finish again since it took 2 hours to finish it the first time. I have no clue what I'm saying at this point. Don't you just love watching the same section over and over again? I know I do. I should make a t-shirt that says I know I do. Oh, speaking of making a t-shirt, I actually have Who's Joe merch. If any of you have any inclination at all in buying it, I will put a link in the video description. And now we're back to trying. But like I already said, I know I don't finish it on this try. Spoiler warning, or spoiler alert, I don't finish it on this try. The motors for the rotating parts are probably in the middle of that sphere. And each motor, I would imagine, has some kind of invisible rod or whatever that extends from it to the rotating blocks that rotate around the sphere. Rotating parts are really cool, and you can do a ton with them. Okay, here's another try. Oh, and I hate this obstacle so bad. I really do. And I made it past it that time, which is surprising because I hardly ever make it past that obstacle. So that's a victory in of itself. But look, it uses more rotating parts. What really frustrates me is the time that I did finish had a lot of super hard obstacles. Oof. And it frustrated me because I made it through with all of those super hard obstacles after 2 hours of filming. And then I lost all of that material. And I'm pretty sure I end up giving up on this one and just skipping. I'm pretty sure I do. But we will see. And there I am, just staring at the screen being frustrated. But that, what you're seeing in the top left right now, is exactly what the whole 2 hours was. The whole 2 hours of filming was just me staring at the screen being frustrated. Oh yeah, I forgot that I went ahead and just started a new one. See, one thing you can do with VIP servers is you can do /skip to just go ahead and go to the next attempt. And one thing I can do is I can cheat and look and see how much is left on the video to know whether or not I finished this one. Sorry, I had a kid invasion and forgot where I was, but back to it. Oh yeah, I was talking about how I could see ahead. And see, these are the obstacles that I can do. Like the ones with the short, skinny platforms and the ones where the blocks rotate. I can do these. I'd say that, and then I still sometimes die on them, and I can do them particularly quickly. Like, see, I still fell off. More falling, and more falling, and more falling, and more falling. It's just such a destitute but determined look. I have no clue what I said there, but it's probably a good thing I don't have audio of it. I can look back at this and laugh now, but I know I wasn't very happy about it then. I should do more. I should occasionally do more of these videos where I basically just react to my own facial expressions. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I decided right around this time to skip. Alrighty, here we go with another attempt. Look, we had this exact same obstacle again. I've been getting this obstacle a lot lately, and I fall again. Will this be the one I finish on? Will it? Will it? Maybe. I die on this one surprisingly more than I should. This is one of the simplest obstacles there is. All you have to do is jump over things and just avoid the kill spots. But for whatever reason, I always find a way to have it kill me. And I made it this time, but I, yeah, I fell on that jump. You can see how excited I am about it. It would be interesting if there was some way to record the internal dialogue that was going on in my head at that exact moment. It would probably have to be filtered. Hey, we made it past that section. And this section is cake. Cake. I got really lucky with this obstacle stage selection because it gave me pretty much all of the easiest obstacles for the most part. Which is, like I said, I know I'm repeating myself at this point, but which is why I said earlier why I was that frustrated that I didn't get that I wasn't actually recording the gameplay earlier because I got through a lot of the really hard ones on the recording I did earlier, just to have it not actually record. Oof. Oof. One obstacle left. Can I do it? Can I? And I'm still doing all the hand expressions and everything, even though I'm not going to be including anything but the audio for this. Maybe I'll include, cut it in for this part. Who knows? I was so jittery at this point. I mean, look at me. My hands are probably shaking. Two more jumps. Two more jumps. Two more jumps. One more jump. One more jump. Actually, one more jump now. Last jump. Ooh, yeah. Look at that facial expression. After all the frustrated face leading up to that. That's a happy facial expression. Made it to the top. That was the whole point of this video, was to make it to the top of Tower of Hell, to prove that I could do it. So, yay. Alrighty, everybody. Returning for another episode of Who's Joe YouTube Edition, or what turned to be a episode of Joe Reacts to Joe playing video games. Leave a comment if you would like to see me do other videos like this where I react to myself playing video games. It could be something fun to do, but this is proof I can make it to the top of Roblox Tower of Hell. Yay! So, once again, thanks for returning. Thanks for watching another episode of Who's Joe YouTube Edition, and we'll see you the next time.